Hello and welcome to St Mary's Online on what is today a blustery autumn day. Considering that we're in a time of national lockdown and restrictions, I found November slipping away quite quickly. I was surprised to realise that next week, the 29th, will be the start of Advent. On these dark days, it's easy to feel a bit down and dreary, and I for one am looking forward to seeing the Christmas lights beginning to appear. And thinking about Christmas lights, we've got an idea for you for Advent that you might like to join in, and Catherine's going to explain about that now.
Hello from St Mary in Charnwood, Nampanton. As we look ahead to Christmas and to Advent, it's unlikely that we're going to be together in our building. We're not going to be able to light the Advent candles that we usually use as a countdown to Christmas. So how is it going to be possible that we can stay connected during this season while we're all apart? We've been thinking about that, and we wondered whether you'd like to make an Adventskrantz. It's basically like our Advent candles, but it's brought into the home. It's a tradition in Germany. This is a contemporary Adventskrantz that a friend of mine made. But don't worry, it doesn't have to be quite so complicated. Traditionally, it's a ring, but it doesn't have to be. So what do you need? 4 candles and something to stand them in. If you have a candle stand that takes 4 candles, great. If you have 4 separate candle stands, that's just as good. If you don't have one, make one. These are just 4 glasses from my kitchen cupboard filled with wet sand, and then have a candle in them. It doesn't matter what colour they are. You could even have a colour to suit the rest of your decorations. You could put 4 candles on a plate. Simple as that. But you might want to get a little more creative and do something more traditional, in which case you're going to need something extra. You can use Oasis, the green blocks that the flower rangers use. You'll need a dish, long tray or other suitable waterproof container to put it in, and something to secure your candles. Cocktail sticks, sellotaped to the end of a candle, get a really good grip on the Oasis. You need your evergreen foliage, and as many other Christmassy bits that you'd like to include. How about some battery-powered lights, some sparkly stars, some stuffed robins, some ribbons, or smelly cinnamon sticks? The only limit is your imagination. Here's a few that we made in our flower group. You can see these aren't round, they're just straight. And some of them were definitely not traditional. Like I said, the sky's the limit. When your Adventskrantz is ready, make sure to light 1 candle on the 29th of November, 2 on the 6th of December, 3 on the 13th of December, and all 4 on the 20th of December. And if you light them during our online service, we'll all be linked throughout the season of Advent, although we're far apart. Please do be careful. Remember never to leave a naked flame unattended, near anything flammable, and do supervise children.
Those candle displays were really beautiful, weren't they? I hope it's given you lots of ideas. I know there are lots of imaginative and creative people at St Mary's, but don't feel that you have to do anything that spectacular. 4 simple candles is all that you need, and you might want to have an extra special one for on Christmas Day also. It would be great to light them together week by week as a reminder of our togetherness, and also as a reminder of looking for the light of Christ, his hope and peace and joy and love that we can experience day to day in the light of his presence. But now back to this week. Today is the last week of the church year. I don't know if you're aware that the new church year starts in Advent with the set of readings and so on. And so the church year ends today with the feast of Christ the King. It turns our thoughts to Christ's universal sovereignty over Lord of heaven and earth. And as part of that, his role is to be that of judge as well as of king. So we'll be celebrating that today and thinking about the judgment and the kingship that he modelled. So now, bringing to mind the image of coming before Christ as King, I invite you to join in the opening sentences. We stand before the throne of God with countless crowds from every nation and race, tribe and language. Blessing and glory and wisdom, thanksgiving and honour, power and might be to our God forever and ever. Amen. And we sing together our first hymn, Christ triumphant, ever reigning.